acting on you, and then experience that cognitive shift, that understanding or that click manifesting in you. Suddenly that powerful cognition will be revealed in your third eye. Once that is revealed, you can pen it down and then you can share it with us. So let's now begin the power manifestation round. We'll be playing the Mahavakya. Start chanting the Mahavakya along with the audio and put the question in your third eye, visualizing Swamiji and invoking the space of oneness with Swamiji. Let's begin.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So now it's time for you to share the click that you received in your third eye, the powerful cognition that you received with all of us. And you would definitely have felt and experienced that sudden shift in your consciousness when you received that powerful cognition. Some kind of completion would definitely have happened. And you would definitely know that, yes, this is the solution for your problem. So you can share this solution with all of us and tell us what is it, how you experience this whole power manifestation round, what was the cognitive shift you experienced. And you can also head over to the social media platform and share this joy of our manifestation of Swamiji, of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, expressing through you, radiating through you, and share this blissful experience with others, inviting them also to have a glimpse and a taste of this power manifestation science in their own lives, and register for Paramashivoham, which is going to start the next season, which is going to start on the 17th of March, and so that they can also experience the super conscious breakthrough in their own lives. So please head over to social media platforms and share your experiences, your the clicks that you have experienced during this power manifestation session, and enrich as many people as you can.
Yes. Now, with this, while you are sharing your experience, we'll be coming back to the session that we started before the darshan and the power of darkness. So in this session, you all already went through many revelations on darkness and the rejuvenating power of darkness. And we'll be watching a few clips from Swamiji on darkness, and clips in which Swamiji will explain also the techniques to harness the power of darkness. And after this session, we will be proceeding into a meditation where we will actually be meditating on darkness. We'll be blindfolding ourselves and meditating on darkness. So before we get into those clips from Swamiji, let's remind ourselves of a few truths that we have previously gone through. So, as we saw earlier, a person who is not afraid of darkness will not fall into depression, because depression is nothing but a fight between your need for rest and your desire, which does not allow you to rest. So, whenever we are continuously driven by desire, continuously seeking for something more, and all the time restless, we always want something more. We continually move from something to the next. Then we never give real relaxation to our inner space. And so the hangover of all this kind of deep tiredness inside our inner space is depression. Swamiji says that your inner space needs a kind of a silence, at least once in a while, very deep, utter silence, so that you can relax into the deep darkness, which is the causal body. When the long, deep sleep is disturbed, by force, your systems put you to rest, even while your body is moving. That is depression. And depression is the outcome of your misunderstanding and the fear of darkness. So by consciously involving with the darkness, we will be relieving ourselves of all depression and bringing a deep rejuvenation to our inner space. Okay, so now with this, we will be watching a few clips where Swamiji reveals about this power of darkness and the techniques how we can harness this power of darkness and heal ourselves. So now with this, let's see what Swamiji has to reveal.
Please understand, yesterday night in the campfire session, many were asking what to do to hold this conscious energy permanently in us. Everybody is worried now about that only. You are pouring so much inside us, literally you are blowing us off. How to retain this energy in the system? Understand. To retain that energy in your system, you need two: strong nervous system and subtle grooves in the brain. For the strong nervous system, heavy yoga, samana yoga, means completely balancing your whole prana flow. And for the subtle grooves to grow, intense unclutching. Intense yoga and intense unclutching. Why we really resist so much for that subtle grooves, If those subtle grooves are developed in your system, you become conscious of all the ignorance you carry in. And naturally all your actions has to align with the authenticity and honesty of your being, which is too risky. If all your actions and thoughts and words get aligned, you are out of hypocrisy. You may not be able to do many business you are doing. Please understand, when I say many business, I mean not only the profession which you do in office hours. Many of your relationships are business. I have seen people doing business with God. They go to him and say that, oh, you give me in lottery 1 crore, I'll give you 10 lakh. If you don't believe me, you yourself deduct the 10 lakh and give only 90 crore, 90 lakh. People do business with God. At least God doesn't speak back. You can somehow manage. But unfortunately, these guys do business with Guru also, who speaks back. Now, I have seen people bargaining with me. You do this, I'll do that. I just laugh at them. Even in relationships, you go on doing business. If you become more aware, more conscious, many parts of your lifestyle will tumble down. Many ways you think will be crushed. Not only think, many ways you perceive the world itself will have a cognitive shift. The main reason for this ingenious program is to retain the subtle grooves of the brain as it is, even when they grow old in the kids' brain. That's the main purpose, because they have those subtle grooves. You make them thick-headed like you. No, really. Never ever think you bring them up, you bring them down. Kids are not brought up, they are brought down. See, when you give a candy, first thing a child will do, it will run outside the house to share with its friends. Share with his friends or our friends. That's what in Indian village happens. What do? Hey, eat here itself and throw the cover. Don't go out. That is the first step. Oh, then I will have to eat only all by myself. That is the right thing. You are sowing the seed of he dumping you in the old age home. When he grows old, when you grow old, then he decides. Same logic he applies. I should swallow everything by myself. Then why is this old man, old woman sitting here and wasting my time and energy and money? You go to old age home. It is you who sow the seed and reaping the fruit. One of the most dangerous thing about Viveka is you cannot tolerate hypocrisy even in yourself. Too much of boiling will happen. And the honesty, the truth and strength of your Viveka will shape the way in which you live. I have seen sometime when people honestly go through meditation programs and awaken themselves, going back to their lifestyle is almost like a hell. Understand? Actually, I've specialized giving enlightenment to IT people. See, look around me. All my ashramites, organizers, everybody, 80% are IT people. Because whenever an incarnation happens, he concentrates mainly on the suppressed, deprived people who are in hell. So he has to liberate them first. I think this time IT is my specialized area. All around 90% of my ashramites, my organizers, my satsang coordinators are all from IT field. Alright, let me give you a story on IT. One politician, one thief, one programmer died and went straight to hell. They did not even take a deviation. Politician said, I miss my country, I want to call my country and see how everybody is doing there. He called and talked for 5 minutes, but within 5 minutes people said, enough, just allow us, let us be in peace. And finally, we somehow pushed you there, and we don't want you to call us back anymore. Anyhow, very dejected that even his own kith and kin are not respecting him. He went back to devil and asked, how much should I pay for the call? He said, maybe 10,000 crore. Politician wrote a check and went to sit back on his chair. Thief was really jealous and he starts screaming, I want to call my group. He called and talked only for 2 minutes. His group said, get lost. We are too busy in sharing all your wealth. We are not even bothered about your body. It is lying somewhere. Don't call us again. Then he went and asked devil, how much should I pay for the call? Devil had little compassion. After all, this thief is robbed only just some few crore rupee. So finally he says, all right, give 1 crore. Thief pays 1 crore, goes and sits. Then programmer comes. He says, I want to call all my IT friends. He called all the IT persons, friends, talked for 20 hours. Because in that 20 hours, lot of updating has happened. New technology was discovered. And new communication trend. iPad, so many new things. They discussed about everything. How to use, what are the new gadgets, these, that. Who is in the leading and what is going on. The whole thing. After 20 hours he went, asked the devil, how much do I need to pay? Devil said, no need to pay. Programmer was stunned and asked, why? Devil says, calling hell to hell is free. So I am working specially on hell. Now I really tell you, the planet Earth is suffering with one of the important problem. of sleep disorder, especially last 20 years, it has increased drastically. The sufferings related to altered states of consciousness. Man has started staying more time in the lower states of consciousness. Please understand, one only reason is IT revolution. Too much of information is being fed into the system through the light source. TV, internet, computers, cell phone screen. Too much of information being put inside you with an artificial light alters the state of consciousness you reside and puts you into the lower states of consciousness. Really, I am telling you. Please understand. And so much of ideas put inside you through the light source. Please understand. If you are ordinarily seeing with an eyes a drama, you know it is an entertainment. Your unconscious also will know it is an entertainment. You will not take that seriously. But when you see the same drama in movie form through the light source, you will be brainwashed. Your unconscious will start believing the whole thing as true. Your unconscious will be repeating it, responding to it even in its dreams. You do not know the danger of looking at the lighted screen, light source. Avoid. I am telling you. Avoid looking at the light source as much as possible. Only the information which you want it to go inside your unconscious, receive it through the light source. If you want, the master's message should go inside your inner space, then see it through laptop, see it through computer, see it through television. But never see something which you don't want it to go inside your system. I tell you, one of the main reason for humanity suffering with the lower states of consciousness, all the psychosomatic disorders, insomnia, chronic fatigue, intense violence, all these psychosomatic disorders are mainly because of receiving information through light source. Understand? If you are an IT engineer and you can't avoid the hell, I give you the simple tips. Have this processed turmeric on this 3 point. On the forehead you will have kumkum. Even in these 2 points, you can't have kumkum, means just have at least the turmeric. Apply the turmeric. The effect of it on you will be lot less. And before falling asleep, sit and do the hunkara dhyana, chanting the hunkara, and throw everything out and sleep. Please understand. It's really I am not able to make you understand the dangers of lower states of consciousness. IT revolution is responsible for raising collective negativity. It is not the IT revolution itself, for what for it is used. That is responsible for the growing collective negativity. In a way, that is responsible for my incarnation to happen. Because the growing collective negativity needs to be nullified, cleared. Please understand. Falling again and again back to the lower states of consciousness naturally makes your brain hard. The subtle grooves do not get awakened. You become insensitive to the principles on which you build your belief and which is source of your energy. Please understand. The principles you believe, the ideas gives you the energy, the reasons why you jump out of your bed joyfully. All these things will be shaken if you grow in dullness. But if you grow in sensitivity, your hypocrisy will be lost. Many of the things which you enjoy, you may not have it in your life. Many of the things in which you have vested interest may not happen around you in your life. If you are growing, if your subtle grooves in the brain are getting developed, you may not really want to work for a boss who really sucks the humanity for his zero-based heroism. In the whole world, there are only three kinds of heroism. One, the zero-based heroism, means because of money. Being hero because of more zeros in your bank balance. Second, fear-based heroism. Accept me as a hero or I'll finish you off. Weapon-based heroism. Fear-based heroism. The third, you don't need to accept me, I am a hero. I am just a hero by myself. I'll neither frighten you to accept me as a hero, nor I'll create greed in you to accept me as a hero. I just live like a hero, that's all. Somebody asked me, what, I heard you claim you are God? I said, no, I don't claim, I just live like one, that's all. You don't need to claim you are hero, just live as hero, that's all. You don't need to claim anything. That heroism can never be taken away. That heroism can never be taken away. Because it is not dependent on anybody. It is just dependent on your strength. Understand? If the subtle grooves in your system is awakened, you may not be able to suck the society, accumulate wealth, or manipulate people, have the political power. That is why in India, this group which is dedicated to awaken the subtle grooves in the brain are clearly instructed voluntarily to take up poverty and no power, no political ambition, and no economical wealth around them. That small group only is called Brahmanas. Brahmana has nothing to do with the community in which you are born, the lifestyle you live. Dedicating the energy for awakening the subtle grooves of the brain through the uninterrupted discrimination, Viveka, as Patanjali says. Uninterrupted discrimination. Continuously discriminating, taking all your thoughts to its logical conclusion, you need to dedicate little time for it. You need to work on it. It needs to be accumulated. Viveka has to be built. It has to be accumulated. So be very clear. All you need to do to destroy ignorance is take every thought to its logical conclusion. As I was telling yesterday, if you think you are the body, then what is going to happen? At one day it will become old and die. Is this all the whole essence of life? If you think this is all the essence of life, then at least accept that completely and stop suffering. You will see transformation. Or if you think, no, then this cannot be. I should be something more than this. Then start digging, finding out, seeking. Till you reach the restful awareness, don't leave the logic to stop. Viveka should lead to Ananda. Till it leads to Ananda, Viveka should be extended. Till it leads to Samadhi, you should work on it. Otherwise, you will be carrying an aborted child. Aborted child in your system is most dangerous. It is really dangerous. Understand? Most dangerous. Take the logic to its logical conclusion in every line. Whether it is your concept about wealth, concept about life, concept about body, concept about soul, concept about anything. That is what I call Viveka. Viveka cannot be translated as discrimination. It's a too poor word. Viveka means moving. Viveka means beyond moving. Just pondering over, sitting with it, sitting on it, filling yourself with it. That's what we call Viveka. So, today's message is Viveka Kyatir Aviplava Henopayaha. The means of destruction of ignorance is unbroken practice of discrimination. Ignorance is destroyed by awakening to knowledge of the Atman until no trace of illusion remains. I bless you all to experience, achieve, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss, Nithyananda.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे. स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारम्.
Let's enter into today's question, then we'll enter into the sutras. Please explain, after doing the first exercise of expansion and concentrating and commanding our object in the water, how to practice meditating, feeling everything within. This is one of the very tricky questions.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारम्.
Let's enter into today's question, then we will enter into the sutras. Please explain, after doing the first exercise of expansion and concentrating and commanding our object in the water, how to practice meditating, feeling everything within. This is one of the very tricky question. Only after you do that first part, you will even be able to understand the second part. See, the technique itself is designed in such a way, there is a automatic security system. If you directly try the technique, you will not be able to understand. First, you have to master, and you must be able to move the object. Only then you will even be able to understand intellectually the next part. Maybe let's enter into this sutra. I'll explain how deeper and deeper layers of understanding happens to you from the same line. When you grow, the scripture reveals more. The same Shiva Sutra, if you read after having some deeper experience and higher consciousness, the opening will be much better. The understanding will be much deeper. Today's sutra, in rain, during a black night, enter that blackness as the forms of forms. Very powerful sutra. Understand, Mahadeva is asking us to meditate on darkness. Yesterday, both sutras are related to light. Today, both sutras are related to darkness. Today, two sutras, both of them are related to darkness. Our rishis saw even darkness. Mahadeva sees even darkness from the highest superconscious state. That is why he says, even looking into darkness can become a path to enlightenment. He is not leaving anything. Especially this technique can directly give you the glimpse or a click. If you are afraid of ghosts and if you are afraid and if you are frightened about darkness and ghost, we can take a simple test. Night around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, without light, if you are able to go to the backyard, garden, and come back in a very relaxed way, without speeding up, without adding more speed to your steps, this technique won't help you. If you have that fear about the darkness and ghosts, this technique will straight away give you the glimpse. Because you are caught in that energy center. Releasing that will straight away lead you to superconscious experience. Human beings are always afraid of darkness, especially after the invention of the light. After the invention of the light, I have seen the Vibhudananda Devi, who was my inspiration. She will read even in darkness. Fortunately, even now, I am able to read in the darkness. Utter darkness it may be. Sometimes these guys will be surprised. They will come and knock the door. Say, yes, come in. when they open the door, they may be expecting, because light is not there, I'll be resting. But I'll be sitting and reading. They asked me, what happened, Swamiji? I said, I was feeling too lazy to get up and switch on the light, so I started reading. I have seen her reading in utter darkness. From her I learnt the technique. The simple technique. For 1 month, if you don't look at the light source directly, any tube light or light, don't look directly. Don't watch TV. Wash your eyes. Your eyes will get that ability to see in the darkness back. And of course, this technique. This technique and not seeing the source of the light directly, just for a month. Understand, your mechanism, your biomechanism, the system which you are carrying is the best system. It is updated, upgraded, evolved, developed than any animals. When cats can see in the darkness, sorry, not the cats which are growing in your homes, no. Wild cats can see in darkness. But I saw, unfortunately, the pets which are being brought in the homes, they are not able to see in darkness. They are struggling. But the wild cats and wild dogs, even now, I have seen in our ashram, in the night time they can see. When animals can see in darkness, why can't we? We lost that quality because we never remain awake during darkness. Either you are always with the light, the moment you switch off your light, you close your eyes. Sometimes both happen simultaneously, automatically. After you switch off the light, you don't even think you can see. You always close your eyes. Just try to experiment today also. Today try. The moment you switch off the light, automatically your eyes will close. Because that has become program. We never remain with open eyes in darkness. First thing, we are always afraid of darkness. The second thing, we never understood or nobody taught us, in darkness also your eyes can start functioning. Here, Mahadeva is not giving this as a technique for healing your eyes or increasing your ability to see. No. He is giving this as a technique for enlightenment. First, we need to understand the darkness. Understand? Intense light and intense darkness is one and the same. Beyond certain frequency, you can't see the light. And below certain frequency, you can't see the light. So intense light and intense darkness is practically one and the same. Light comes and goes. Sun rises and sets. But darkness stays. Light has a source. Darkness has no source. Anything which has a source cannot be infinite. Darkness has no source. That is why it is infinite. That is why in the Vedic tradition we started meditating on darkness. Understand? This is one of my very favorite technique. Because I lived in forests for so many years, I know the power of darkness. Meditating on darkness. That is why in our NSP program, the second level meditation workshop, whole night this technique will be practiced. In India we do one full 12 hours, people enter into this technique. Understand, you are born out of darkness. The darkness which exists in mother's womb. Darkness is not negative as you think. It is intense, healing, motherly, positive energy. Understand? The darkness which stays in your mother's womb is an intense power. When Shiva describes here darkness, he is not saying the empty vacuum darkness which is there in the graveyard. Not the Shunya, he is talking about Purna. The full, the darkness which is the power, which is energy, out of which you came, the mother's womb. The darkness which is there in your mother's womb is the energy out of which your body is created. It's called causal body. Karana Sarira. The Karana for your Sarira. Darkness is the Karana, root cause of your Sarira. Not only that, even the sky, the space is an intense darkness. Space is not intense light, it's an intense darkness. The Vedic scriptures define the beginning of the creation. They define darkness was covered by darkness. Darkness was covered by darkness. That is the beginning. Means the source, Karana. Movements of colors is what is this world. And base of the colors movement is darkness. Darkness is the screen. Movements of the colors happens on that screen. Darkness is the infinite base. When you go in the flight in the night time, if you see out, you can understand what I mean. The space is darkness. Darkness is the only thing which is. Anything else is added, comes and goes. Darkness is the base material for whatever is. That is why the energy which stays, which is inside your mother's womb, the darkness, creative energy is what we call Mother Kali. That energy only is described as Mother Kali. Understand? Darkness is not negative as you have been taught. You have been given a wrong idea about darkness. You need to first understand about darkness with more clarity and more positive understanding. Only then you can do this meditation. If you are afraid of darkness, you can't enter into this meditation. You are always taught darkness is death, emptiness which happens after your death. You never realize the emptiness which existed before your birth is darkness. Now change the understanding. Darkness is not the emptiness which happens after your death. Darkness is the fulfillment, full energy which was there before your birth, out of which you took birth. This clarity can make you feel connected to darkness. That is why the Mother Kali was described as darkness. Kali means darkness. The very word in Sanskrit means intense darkness. That darkness is motherly energy, the womb out of which you took birth, the energy out of which you came out, the energy which was the source of your very being, very body. Understand? Your body is created out of the darkness. That is why the pregnant women sleep more hours. Traditionally, it is believed when a pregnant woman sleeps, you are not supposed to disturb. In India, even now, I have seen, they say that when a pregnant woman is sleeping, Brahma is coming and doing the creation. Only time the Brahma will be worshipped is the time when a pregnant woman sleeps. Even now I remember, in the families, villages, they will tell, hey, Brahma is doing his work, don't disturb. Means the creation is happening, the body is getting created. You are created out of the darkness which exists in mother's womb, Karana Sarira. Every day you fall into the same Karana Sarira, same energy, and rejuvenate your body. Your everyday sleep is nothing but going back to the same source of energy which is there in the womb. That is why all the pillows are imitation of the mother's womb. Pillow, bed, sleeping pose. See the sleeping pose. Everything is nothing but going back to the mother's womb, going back to the same energy, going back to the energy which exists in mother's womb. You are out of that energy, you are created out of that energy. Every day you go back to that energy and rejuvenate yourself. You rejuvenate yourself. You are recreating your body, repairing your body. You come out fresh, healthy, energetic. Kali is not, as we understand, a destructive force. No. She is the mother out of which everything comes out. Everything comes out. She is the mother of creation. And you can see her four hands. The right side, one hand will be giving Abhaya and another hand Varada. Left side, one hand the sword and one hand the head. Sword, head. The sword denotes the knowledge, and the head is a destroyed ego. When you cut your ego with the knowledge sword, you are protected and blessed. That's what she means. That is the meaning of the metaphysical truth expressed through Mother Kali's form. She is the energy of darkness. Understand? Right understanding about darkness will change your whole idea about life and light. You will not be addicted to light. Try this technique. It is a very wonderful technique. Very powerful technique. In rain during a black night, enter that blackness as the form of forms. One more thing. Person who is not afraid of darkness will never fall into depression. Will never fall into depression. Depression is nothing but a fight between your need for rest and your desires which does not allow you to rest. Your inner space needs a kind of a silence. Once in a while, a utter silence, relaxing into the deep darkness, the causal body. But your fear about the darkness, even the quality of sleep will be reduced if you are afraid of darkness. Fear of darkness, I have seen many people so much of fear, they won't even fall asleep. They will come out. Unconsciously they carry so much of fear of darkness. Even the quality of their sleep is disturbed. Quality of their sleep will be disturbed. They will not be able to have a long, deep sleep. When the long, deep sleep is disturbed, then you are ready for depression. By force, if your system puts you to the rest, even while your body is moving, that is depression. Part of you decides to do strike. That's all is depression. Because you have not paid the rest which is needed for them. If they work for so many hours, when they come back, you have to pay the rest. You are not able to pay the rest. Then they say we are going on strike. Part of you decides not to work. And unconsciously, they raise the board, we are on strike. That is what is depression.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं
Yes. So now we have learned all the different aspects of darkness and its connection to fear, its connection to the mother's womb, how all of us have manifested from darkness. And whenever we connect back to the darkness, then our system gets healed. And somebody has revealed about the lower states of consciousness and so many other things. And now in this darkness meditation that we are going to be proceeding into now, we will be connecting and experiencing the healing power of darkness. Okay, so I hope you're not feeling sleepy. You should not fall asleep during the meditation. So if you need, maybe you can have some cup of coffee or something, and otherwise get yourself ready. You can make sure that you have a blindfold. It should be a blindfold that is very opaque, because for this meditation, you will need to be in a complete state of darkness. So there should not be any light crossing through. You should be able to keep your eyes open while being blindfolded and still be in a complete darkness. Okay, so if yes, I see don't some participants have switched off the light, that is also okay. Otherwise, you can even add a second layer on top of your blindfold if that is needed. And but make sure that no light should come through the blindfold. Okay, so now, as I said, make sure that you are keeping your eyes open below the blindfold and just sit comfortably. And you're going to, the technique is very simple. Just sit in this darkness and bring awareness to the darkness. So as we have learned now, many of us are not even aware, we're not even conscious that we have fear of darkness. We are not aware that we may have deep restlessness deep inside. So now as we experience this darkness, as we bring in awareness to the darkness, also bring awareness to your inner space, to how you feel. Maybe you will have a fear of the unknown. Maybe you will have a fear of ghosts, as somebody said in the video. Maybe you will have deep restlessness. Maybe you'll have a certain resistance towards surrendering and towards allowing the natural cycle. As somebody said, depression itself is not negative. We all need to get grounded and get healed, get rejuvenated. But whenever we resist this natural cycle, then it becomes like a chronic depression, which we suffer from. So bring in awareness to the darkness and see what all you experience through this meditation as you connect with the darkness. And if you feel like, you can chant the Mahavakya. Otherwise, just sit in silence, experiencing the deep silence. We'll be playing meditation music for you all, and we'll be meeting again after the end of this meditation. You can start, you can tie the blindfold. again. Hope that you had a beautiful experience of this meditation. It's a very rejuvenating, very healing, very peaceful meditation. Actually, you can practice this every day before going to sleep. This will make sure that you fall into a very deep and rejuvenating deep sleep, and can practice that for a few minutes daily. If you had any experience during the meditation, you can share with us in the chat. And otherwise, we'll be getting ready to enter into another round of power manifestation. As always, after meditations, after spiritual processes, when our Kundalini is high, we always manifest the powers so that this experience becomes permanent in our system. So we'll be getting into another round of the third eye scanning.
Yes. So let's now get ready to enter into the next power manifestation session. Today we are manifesting the power of finding the solutions through the third eye. It can be solutions to our problems or problems which other people are facing. It can be any serious questions or deep doubts or clarifications which we need in life about something which we are not sure about, or dilemmas we are facing which we can't really arrive at a conclusion for logically, or just any random question or anything that we want to seek a solution for. We can directly tap into the power of the third eye and find the solution for it. Or it can be any problems that we are facing which are more related to the wrong kind of a cognition or thought currents we are cherishing continuously, and how to break it, how to find a solution for that. We can directly seek the solution through our third eye for all these problems. So in this round of power manifestation, you are going to find the solution through the third eye to a problem for your partner or for any volunteer. So in this round of power manifestation, you would require the help of another person with whom you are going to manifest this power. So make sure, as we are preparing for the power manifestation round, you also keep in mind that you have a volunteer next to you, or at least on a call. It can be a friend, family member, anyone who you talk to them and take their permission so that you can manifest the power with them. So let's now enter into the power manifestation round. To start with, we will have a look at the Shastra Pramana, that is the scriptural evidence for this power of the third eye, coming directly from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, from Shivagamas. The verse goes as Kapalantar Manonasya Tishthanmilitalochanaha Kramena Manaso Dadhyart Lakshayet Lakshyam Uttamam. By fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession by that stability of the mind and inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Laksham, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. So let's now prepare for the power manifestation round. Sit cross-legged on the floor or on the chair, keeping the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Visualize Paramashiva has come down from KAILASA as Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva. Visualize Swamiji in your third eye and sit with this powerful cognition, meditating on it, that you are Nithyananda Paramashiva, Anything else as you think your identity is just a delusion. So just drop it. You are only Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva, holding the space of absolute unclutching to experience the state of Paramashiva, complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva, oneness to experience the powers of Paramashiva, intensely vibrating in Ajapa Japa of Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and deep feeling connection with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. So let's now connect with the partner and ask them what solution or what is the question that they want to have a solution for. Let's ask them and take their question, whatever they want to find the solution for, and pen it down. Now, taking this question or this query or whatever they wish to find a solution for, remember Swamiji in your third eye and put that question in the third eye, as if you're offering it to Swamiji at his feet and asking him for the solution for this problem. So remember Swamiji in your third eye and put the question inside your third eye. Now chant Mahavakya. Connect with Swamiji from the space of oneness. Experience the superconscious energy from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism working on you. We will be playing the audio of the Mahavakya. You can chant along with that audio. Connecting with Swamiji. Experience the shift, the click, the understanding, the powerful cognition manifesting in you. Once it manifests, you pen it down. All right. So let's now begin the power manifestation round. Start chanting the Mahavakya. Let's begin.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, so now is the time that you share whatever click that you received, powerful recognition that you received in the third eye with your partner. You can verify with them and also inspire them to follow it as a direct solution from the third eye, which always works. Because it is from that space of oneness directly coming from Swamiji, from Paramashiva himself. The solution is directly related to the thought current which they wish to find the solution for. And you can also share your experience here in the chat or in the comments section, or head over to the social media platform, sharing your experience of this power manifestation, the joy that you receive, celebrating the manifestation of Swamiji through you with other people, inviting them also to experience the same, and register for the upcoming season of Paramashivoham Level-2. So you can head over to the social media platforms, and also make sure when you post on the social media, you attach the mandatory hashtags along with the posts. Hashtag KAILASA, hashtag Nithyananda, and hashtag Paramashivoham. So we now come to the end of this power manifestation session. Moving on, we will be delving next into the next section, receiving the powerful cognitions directly from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the topic of this next segment is your senses, your gateway to awareness. How our senses also can become a gateway to awareness. In our theme of Shiva Sutras today, we have seen and we have realized how Swamiji has also shared that Paramashiva does not leave anything. He uses everything to push us into that state of restful awareness, into that state of complete completion and bliss. He uses darkness, he uses fear, he uses greed, And in this section, we will see how he uses even our senses and how our senses are always moving towards their object. This whole tendency itself he uses to push us into awareness. So let's now start this section on the senses and how they can be a gateway to awareness. So to start with, let's look at what is internal and external wandering. Then we'll move further from there. So what is this internal and external wandering? Any thought which comes while your eyes are closed can be classified as an internal wandering. So the moment our eyes are closed, all the thoughts that are happening in our mind, that can be termed as the internal wandering. And the thoughts which flow inside you related to the outside objects will become external wandering, but the identity which you carry will become internal wandering. So the thoughts which are related to the outside world, whatever is happening around you, the things that you see with your eyes open, that will become as external wandering. But the identity that we carry, who is the one who is having these thoughts about that being, about that individual, that will form as the internal wandering. So in the beginning, whatever you think as external wandering, slowly you will realize they are all internal wandering. And whatever you think as internal, they are all external wanderings. So bringing awareness to our senses all the time. That is the Shiva Sutra that we are dealing with here, in which Paramashiva says, at the start of sneezing, during fright, in anxiety, above a chasm, flying in battle, in extreme curiosity, at the beginning of hunger, at the end of hunger, be uninterruptedly aware and liberate yourself completely from it. This is the Shiva Sutra, in which clearly Paramashiva is stating, in all of these moments when our senses are experiencing that heightened state of activism or activity, for example, when we are feeling extremely hungry, or when we are going through intense fear, for example, flying in battle, that is that intense rush or the gush of emotions, fear, anxiety that is happening inside us, during fright, when we are scared in that moment of fear or anxiety, or extreme curiosity as well. In all these states, be uninterruptedly aware. Bring your awareness into your entire system while you're experiencing that, and liberate yourself completely from it. So this is the Shiva Sutra from Paramashiva himself. So the way to experience the ultimate, what is the way to experience the ultimate? Is love more. Five senses by its very nature go outside and look at the world. That is the Jagat. Eyes are created to look outside and inside, both. World is given life by your vision. Same way, experience of divine is also given by turning your vision inside. When you start looking inside, a clear, serene vision will happen. Paramashiva gives a very beautiful technique to turn the senses inside and experience Ishwaratva, Ishwara. So the way to experience the ultimate as given by Paramashiva is look in. Because when our vision is turned outside, we experience the Jagat, the world. When we look in, we experience Ishvara, God, the divine. So Jiva is the point where you can decide whether you want to look at Jagat or Ishvara. The point of intersection, where on one side, if we turn outside, if we look outside, we look at the Jagat, the world. Or if we decide to turn inwards and look inside, we see the Ishvara, the Jagat, the divine. So when you are, or when you see externally, the world hides the God. And when you see internally, God hides the world. At any point of time, you either see the world or God, depending on the vision, wherever vision is directed. Fortunately, you can have only one thought at a time. That is why liberation is possible. At any point of time, you have only one enemy in front of you, not the whole army. No matter how much of internal chatter or mind chatter you go through, but at any point of time, there's only one thought going on in your mind. So there's only one enemy you face at any given point of time, not the entire army. So that makes liberation possible. That makes unclutching possible and powerful. So let's now look at a short clip where Swamiji is taking us into a deeper understanding of this entire idea, this topic of how we can use our senses to lead us into the state of awareness. So let's look at it.
World is given life by your vision. Same way, the experience of the divine also given life by turning your vision inside. Jagat or Ishvara. If your vision is towards outside, Jagat comes to life. If your vision is towards inside, Ishvara comes to life. Jiva is the point from which you can decide whether to look at the Jagat or to look at the Ishvara. In the Vedic tradition, these three concepts are basic concepts: Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. Jiva means the individual self. If the individual self is operating externally, if it is functioning towards the outer world, towards the outside, it sees the Jagat, means world. If it is going inside, if it is turning in, it sees Ishvara, divine. That is the reason the psychological revolution is a basic necessity for spiritual life. Clarity on Jiva, individual self, Ishvara, God, the Jagat, world. Clarity about all these three is what we call psychological revolution. Having a clear, true vision about these three is a basic need for any growth, any achievement. Even the people who achieved something in the external world, they have some clarity about the world, about the Jagat. That is why they are able to achieve. They are able to have much more than what others afford to have, what others are able to have. Shiva gives a very beautiful technique to use the senses which are by its own nature going out. By its own nature, senses are outgoing. Senses look at the Jagat. Shiva is very beautifully giving us a technique to turn the whole thing in, to see the God, Ishvara, to experience the divine. Look lovingly at some object. Do not go to another object. Here in the middle of the object, the blessing. Just yesterday, one of my ashramites was asking me, Satyananda was asking, Swamiji, In one of your discourses, you said, we don't worship idols, we worship through idols. But suddenly, day before yesterday's discourse, the first day Shiva Sutra, you said, deity is God, deity does not represent God. Is it not contradicting? Seemingly contradicting. Understand? Seemingly contradicting. Understand the first statement? We don't worship the idol, we worship through the idol. Second statement, deity does not represent God, deity is God. Worship through idol happens only when you feel deity is God. Not when you feel deity represents God. When you think deity represents God, even then there is a gap between you and the divine. You have some idea. Only half of your energy will pay attention and devotion to this object which is in front of you. See, basically, you cannot conceive the idea of God or divine as long as your mind is functioning in the physical frequency. As long as the body and mind is functioning in the physical frequency, naturally you cannot conceive, you cannot understand something which is beyond your frequency. In the dream state, you cannot conceive a life or consciousness in the waking state exists. You cannot remember, you cannot understand anything about waking state in the dream state. Whatever idea you may have about your waking state, in the dream state is only idea, not the reality. Not the reality. In the same way, in the waking state, you cannot have any idea about the superconscious state, about the divine. So naturally, you need to have something which you can connect or relate. When you really disappear into that, only then you experience the higher conscious state. It's like a strong nightmare. How it wakes you up, how it brings you out of the dreaming state. See, your whole inner space, when you are dreaming, your whole inner space should be shaken by any one object. Only then you will come out of the dream. For example, you are dreaming as if a lion is chasing you or an elephant is chasing you. And the dream itself you have an idea. I think in the form of elephant, my own desires or fear is chasing me. You won't get up. Surely you will not wake up. Only if you are sure, yes, elephant is chasing me, lion is chasing me, you will wake up. You will be awakened. You will come to the higher state, to the waking state. Same way, during the worship, only if you feel deity is God, not, oh, I know about God, that energy is represented by this deity. No. Then again, your ego, what you know about God, only you are worshipping, not the God itself. Worship means where you need to lose your ideas. You need to lose your ideas about the divine. Only then the divine will start expressing itself. That is why deity is God. Do not think deity represents God. Only when you understand deity is God, worship through the idol happens. Till then, you will be doing only idol worship. There is a very beautiful sutra. Of course, this is also given by Mahadeva to a rishi, to another one disciple. It's a Tamil verse. Let me repeat that and I'll translate. மரத்தில் மறைந்தது மாமத யானை, மரத்தை மறைத்தது மாமத யானை, பரத்தில் மறைந்தது பார்முதல் பூதம், பரத்தை மறைத்தது பார்முதல் பூதம். Let me literally translate, then we will understand this sutra. There was a beautiful statue of elephant carved in teak wood. When you see the elephant, the idea of wood disappears. When you see the wooden statue, the idea of elephant disappears. When you see externally, the world hides the God. When you see internally, God hides the world. Very beautiful description. Understand, you can never have an idea, wooden statue and elephant at the same moment. Fortunately, you can have only one thought at a time. You are blessed. One thought at a time. That is why liberation is possible. That is why liberation is possible. Actually, as you think, you do not have a huge army of enemies in front of you. You have only one enemy at any point. At any point, at any time, you have only one enemy. You do not have army of enemies in front of you. We don't understand that. Either this moment you will see that as an elephant or wooden statue. The next moment you may see in the other way, but not both ideas in the same moment. Same way, either you see the world or the God. When you see the whole thing as divine, suddenly the world disappears. Parattai maraitadu parmudal bhudam. All the five elements has hidden, it has covered the divine. Parattil maraindadu parmudal bhudam. When you have the intense vision to look deeply, all the five elements disappears into the divine. If you see the deity, you cannot see the statue. If you see God, you can't see statue. If you see statue, you cannot see God. You can see only any one thing. Only when you see the deity as God, you will lose yourself. Worship through the idol will start happening. Worship through the idol will start happening when you lose yourself into the deity. When you know for sure the deity is alive. I have so many wonderful stories. The moment I remember the power of this deity, the power of experiencing deity as God, I remember so many stories. One story from my own personal experience. Of course, I would have told this story many times, but it's okay. I love to tell this story. It is such a wonderful story. I was traveling in Gujarat. I always remember that elderly lady and respect her. Like how I remembered yesterday, Swami Lakshman Ju. I can say this lady is surely lived in the same consciousness of Gopikas or the Krishna's Anga Devatas, the Krishna's divine companions. Fortunately, I had the opportunity to see this lady. I used to go from village to village. I'll walk easily. I was able to walk 60 kilometers per day. Morning I'll start, and after all, healthy young man, what is there? Just 60 kilometers. By evening, about the sunset time, I'll decide where to stay. in the nearest village, I'll decide to stay. Then after a few days, if I feel like starting, again I'll start. Gujarat is land of God. It is I was always told that calling God is local call in Kerala. In Gujarat is an intercom. Not even local call. It is an intercom. Now it is the land of divine. So still Bharat is alive in Gujarat. I always feel as long as Gujarat is alive, Bharat will be alive. I always bless. I remember Gujarat and bless. Always. Understand? Feeding sadhus is such a wonderful thing. Even if you feed 2,000 useless guys and one enlightened sadhu, it is worthy. Because that sadhu's good feeling will save the whole place. It will just save the whole place. As long as Gujarat is alive, the Bharat Dharma will never die. It will be alive. It will be kept alive. I can say for sure, not even once in my wandering days in Gujarat I had any little struggle for any need or I need to ask anybody to be taken care. That is the greatness of that Bharat culture. Today we had Maheshwara Puja, giving food to the sadhus, and the tradition is alive with respect in Gujarat. You see, there are many other places, they may give food, but they may make that person stand in queue and give but in Gujarat I have never seen. Unless they give food to the sadhus, they will not eat. They will not give after they eat. If they have eaten, they will cook fresh food and give, or they will give the material to cook for himself to eat. Sadhus are never treated as beggars. Such a wonderful place. It is actually that culture still keeps many enlightened masters again and again happening. Because somebody who wants to do research in the inner science cannot afford to take up a regular job. You need to give him some time, some energy to do the research and go through all the confusions of ups and downs. See, the worst depression and the peak joy, both of them have happened in me at least few thousand times. Only then the mind breaks, mind unclutches and enters into enlightenment. Understand, the peak and valley should happen few thousand times in the system. Only then system gets bored of the mind, the nagging mind, and divorces.
Yes. So this wonderful revelation we received from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about how to turn our vision inward and see God in everything. When we look outside, the world hides the God, but when we look inside, God hides the world. So it's just a matter of where we are looking, our perception. Either we can see the statue or we can see the deity. Both we cannot see at the same time, because at one time we can only have one thought, and that's what makes liberation possible. And that's what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also revealing about this Shiva Sutra, how to use our senses, which have a natural tendency to go outward, but using the same senses to lead us into awareness at these heightened moments of activity of these senses, looking inwards, turning them inwards, and seeing the divine in action in all of these. So let's now move to the internalization session. After this, on the same segment of senses, a gateway to awareness.
Yes. So now we'll be moving into the technique. As we learned before, what is the way to experience the ultimate? It is to love more, to bring more love into ourselves and into our lives. So this is going to be the topic of this technique. Let us look at just a few revelations before we enter into the technique. So you're going to be choosing any object or deity to which you feel connected to, and look at it with deep love. So it could also be Swamiji's picture, or Swamiji's Atmamurti, or any deity that you have in your house. And when you look at something or someone with love, you feel like you can add something to it. You can add something to that person in front of you. But if you look at something or someone with lust, you will feel like you will be saying, what can I get from that person? If you look at the divine, then the possibility of love is more than the possibility of lust. So this is the difference between love and lust. It's about either giving or taking. Now, do not shift to another object. If you shift, then it is just a number or utility for you. So in life, many times we do that, especially in relationships, we change. But Swamiji says, never shift. Never change the relationship, never break the relationship, and only seek to bring completion, bring love, and revive it. Love makes things unique, and when you are deeply in love, everything will become alive and it will become reality. You will feel real. Every step in your life will be ecstatic. So in every dimension of our lives, we need to bring love, and wherever it is missing, we need to revive it. Now, if you have a clear confidence and feeling that I can see the divine, I have such inner space and love, then you have already, yes. So yes, when we bring love to ourselves, we also awaken the capacity to connect with the divine itself. And the divine, as we have learned in the video, if we see a deity, for example, it not be a mere stone for us. We will be able to see God. We will be able to see the divine, and we will be able to relate with the divine. And God will be it will be a real experience for us. We will be able to have a live connection with God. Okay, so now we'll be entering into the technique. So you can choose any deity or object that you feel connected to. So if you do not have anything, then maybe you can also just keep Swamiji's picture on your screen. That is also fine. And you're going to be looking very deeply and lovingly at it. Let your consciousness be completely centered on your eyes. So as we are working on the senses, here the core of this technique is to completely center your consciousness on your eyes while you are looking deeply and very lovingly into the object or the deity that you have chosen. And while you do that, so while your consciousness is centered on your eyes, let your body parts lose their very existence. Okay, so you're going to feel that all your body parts are melting, they are withering away, and your consciousness is completely centered on your eyes. So look at the object deeply for a few minutes without jumping on the other object. If you jump, come back. So naturally in this process, as you are looking deeply into the object that you have chosen, your mind will pull you in different directions, but center yourself again into the technique. And you will see a very deep silence and inner bliss starts coming out of your system. This is a direct benefit of this technique, and then you will start experiencing the bliss which is expressed in the master's body himself. Okay, so this technique is going to bring deep experience of love, bliss, and inner silence. Now, if you are ready to start, if you have selected your object, then you can set yourself up, and we will be starting the meditation music as yes. You can sit and center your consciousness completely on your eyes, looking very deeply and lovingly at the object that you have chosen, and let your body parts lose their very existence. You can start. Yes, as we are about to conclude today's sessions, we make this meditation a bit shorter. And I hope that you've been able to experience the deep love. And now, with the next few minutes that we have, we will be entering into a final round of the power manifestation, and then we'll be wrapping up for the day.
Yes, so let's now get ready to enter into the final power manifestation session for today. That is the day 6 of the glimpses of Paramashivoham Level 2. So, as you all know, we today have been manifesting the power of the solutions, finding solutions from our third eye. We have seen how to find solution to our problems, which we seek to find a solution for, or we have also manifested this power for others when they wish to find or seek a solution to any of their problems. So in this round, let's do something new. Let's do something more interesting. Let's think of a problem which the whole world is facing. It can be any problem, or which we as collective humanity are facing. If you're not able to pinpoint any problem, you can also Google and list down some of the top problems which the world is facing and pick any one of them. All right, okay. So just as an initial exercise, just take a minute and pen down the problem which the world is facing, any one problem. And then we will begin the power manifestation. We will use our third eye to find solution to that problem. What is the right solution, the remedy for that problem, as revealed by Swamiji himself through the third eye. So let's pen down the problem which we seek to find the solution for, the problem for the world, for humanity. All right, so hopefully we all penned down the problem. Now let's enter into the power manifestation session, power manifestation round. We will use the third eye to manifest this power to seek the solution to that problem. Now what we are going to do, first sit cross-legged on the floor or on the chair if you're not comfortable. Sit with your head, neck and spine in the straight line. Visualize Swamiji in your third eye. Visualize Swamiji, Paramashiva himself, has come down from KAILASA as Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva to give us the superconscious breakthrough. Sit with this powerful cognition that you are Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva. You are Swamiji. Anything else that you may think as your identity is just a delusion. Just drop it. Unclutch from it. Simply sit with this powerful cognition that you are Swamiji. Sit absolutely unclutched to experience the state of Paramashiva. Complete completion in your inner space to experience the space of Paramashiva. Oneness to experience the powers of Paramashiva. Intensely vibrating with Ajapa Japa of Mahavakya and deep feeling connection with Bhagwan to experience the being of Paramashiva. So now as you have noted down the question, we will now connect with Swamiji in your third eye. Visualizing Swamiji in your third eye. Put that question, place that question in your third eye. Visualize that you are placing that question, that problem to which you wish to find the solution to in your third eye. Offering it at Swamiji's feet. And let Swamiji reveal the solution for that problem. Start chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We will be playing the audio. You can chant along with the audio. Experience that intense superconscious energy, that energy of oneness flowing from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism towards you. In that space of oneness, connect with Swamiji and experience that shift, the cognitive shift, the click, the understanding, the revelation of the powerful cognition in your third eye. And the moment it gets revealed, pen it down. So let's now begin. Chant the Mahavakya.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So it's now time to share this powerful cognition, the click that you experienced. You can share it in the chat. You can share it in the comments section if you're on YouTube. And just celebrate the manifestation of Swamiji through you. And what he has revealed in the third eye is actually the solution to the problem, because it's coming directly from Paramashiva, from Swamiji himself, giving you the cognitive shift on how to solve the problem. Maybe from your side, what you should do about it, or in general as well. You can also share this cognitive shift, this experience of power manifestation with all your friends on social media, enriching them, inviting them also to attend Paramashivoham Level 2 to register for the program. It's going to start on the 17th of March. So invite as many people as you can so that they can also experience superconscious breakthrough. They can also get initiated by the living avatar himself into the science of power manifestation, the science of manifesting the reality that they want. So with this, we now come to the end of today's day 6 of the glimpses of Paramashivoham Level 2. We thank all our participants, and especially Sangeetama, for being with us, for being such sincerely taking part in all the sessions and power manifestation. So we really wish to, we hope to see you again tomorrow, and all the other participants as well. Again, tomorrow will be a power-packed series of sessions and power manifestation rounds on another aspect of our life, where we will be enriching that aspect and making us more and more grounded in that space of oneness and manifesting Paramashiva in all its glory and all its dimensions. So let's now end today's day, and we will be back tomorrow again, starting with yoga session. So we invite all of you to be a part of tomorrow's exciting day, starting with yoga itself, because that will build the right body and make us receptive for all the sessions, sitting through all the sessions and actively listening and being part of all the upcoming sessions of glimpses tomorrow. So let's now end today's day with Purna Mantra, declaring complete completion within ourselves and the rest of the cosmos. So please chant along with us, holding our hands in the Atmanjali Mudra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham